Hi. My devotion today is entitled Take the Leap, and the scripture lesson is from Colossians chapter 3 verses 23 and 24. Whatever your task, put yourselves into it, as done for the Lord and not for your masters, since you know that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward. You serve the Lord Christ. I was so impressed the day former President George H.W. Bush went skydiving on his 90th birthday. Bush lived an amazing life. He was a war hero. After the war, he and his wife Barbara could have slid into an extremely wealthy and comfortable life in the family business. But no, they chose to create their own life by moving from the Northeast to Texas and started in the oil business. The rest, as they say, is history. By George H.W. Bush reached his 90th birthday, he had nothing to prove. I mean, he was even the most powerful man in the world at one point in his life. I think he chose to jump out of that plane to remind himself that he was still alive, and adventure is ageless. He wasn't going to let his age get in the way of living life fully. Sure, his age did have some limitations. For example, he jumped out of that plane harnessed to another younger jumper. This jumper was able to buffer Bush's impact upon landing. Bush was able to find adventure amidst his limitations. This is our task as well. Almost all of us have limitations of one sort or another. But those limitations should not bind us to the opportunities that still remained in our lives. We can spend so much time focusing on what we cannot do that we forget all that we are still able to accomplish. A 90-year-old former president could still hurtle through the sky, and you and I can still do adventurous things. I see it in the individuals who help new immigrants with their vegetable plot at God's Garden. I see it in those who visit the children and their families at Monroe Elementary. I see it with the church school teachers who offer faith to young ones. You see, you do not have to dive out of an airplane to have an adventure. Within your limitations, find something that lights your soul on fire and make you bounce out of bed in the morning. That is what God made us to be. Adventurous, excited children of God who are expectantly looking for the next great moment in this extraordinary life of ours.